Hey, what's up, guys? Timo with Timo Paints, and today we're doing the Pro Painter React series. But before we get into that, if you guys are interested in how I estimate my jobs or how I get leads for my jobs, or if you're just learning how to start a paint business altogether, check the top link in the description below and in the pinned comment. So today we're going to watch, this is the most useful tool in the world, 5-in-1, 6-in-1 painter's tool. We'll see about that. So stick around and don't go anywhere. All right, guys, here we are. It's a long video. I'm not sure if we're going to watch the entire video, but let's see.
So if I was stranded on a desert island and I could only take one tool with me, I wouldn't take a knife or a magnifying glass or even a Leatherman's tool. I would take this thing.
Always bring a lighter. Everybody knows that.
They call this a 5-in-1 or a 6-in-1 or a painter's tool. It doesn't really have a fixed name. And while it may not look like much, this one simple tool has given me more value than any other 3 tools combined. It has an endless number of uses, and whether you're a tradesperson, a DIYer, or a homeowner, it can be an indispensable tool for you to have.
Okay, right out the gate, I totally agree. One of the cooler tools in my toolbox. All right, let's go.
So watch as I count down the 10 most important uses for this tool.
10.
Especially stick around for the last one because it is by far my most important use for this tool as a carpenter. Also, keep in mind that if you want one, I'm going to...
He said stick around to the last one. We got to stick around to the end.
link several down in the description below, so when the video's over, feel free to go down there and browse through them. I'm Ethan James with TheHonestCarpenter.com. Let's get to it.
Okay, dude.
Tool to squeeze out the excess paint.
Yes.
It just forces the paint out in a smooth raising motion. You can spin the roller and work all surfaces. Then after you...
Yes, absolutely. I do this on a daily basis. You can literally squeeze about a pint of paint off of a big roller like that, and it makes it way easier to clean the roller too. So I agree, 100%, as Joe Rogan would say.
Rinse the roller. You can use it to squeeze out the excess water and repeat. It works for both full-size rollers and mini rollers, so it's a great way to prolong the lifespan of your painting tools. Use number 2, opening paint cans. The little flat head on the back makes a great lift for prying up paint lids.
Yep.
It's extremely easy to slot it in. You just give the handle a little pry and pop the lid out. Or you can work the tool around the rim like a can opener, and the lid will lift off with ease. This way, you avoid bending the lid with force. This tool is also very helpful for closing paint cans, especially ones that are really gunked up with paint. Use number 3, hammer striking. Most of these 5-in-1 painter's tools now come with a little metal butt down on the end of the handle. This is primarily for driving paint can lids back down into place. Just a few quick taps around the perimeter will give you a flush seal.
Also, dude, it's cool to have one of those when you're doing an exterior because you'll have little nail pops, especially on exterior like trim boards because they swell and move with the weather. So sometimes those little nail pops will pop out. So if you have that, you can just hammer it in. The cheaper knives, it's all plastic on the end and it jacks it up, and it's just, it's nicer to have those. So, man, this video is right on so far.
I wouldn't be tempted to use it for any other types of hammering, certainly not driving nails. Just doesn't have the force or accuracy for that. But
you could drive nails with it. I mean, you just give it a real quick smack, It's not like you can't sit there and go tack, 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 tack. So
if you're on the job site, you just need to give something a hard knock to dislodge it. You can use it for that. Use number 4, and this is a really big one, paint scraping.
Okay, we're skipping right over that because we obviously know.
Of an inch. And the top head also has this blunt dagger point on the other end. This is perfect for raking out corners where 2 surfaces meet.
Which is important, especially if you're going in and you want to do some recaulking and painting. Now, nothing looks worse than like if you repaint something and you still got this gnarly crack where you didn't, do it right. Or so let's say you tried to caulk it and you're trying to smear it on there, create like a film of caulking, when really this is what you need to be doing. You need to get this 5-in-1 tool, the best tool in the world apparently, and dig out these corners because that'll allow you to kind of make a little V shape and then you can fix it. So, dude, right on. This guy knows what he's talking about.
You can just draw the tool down with a lot of pressure and it'll slash and force material out of that gap. You can also use this little point as a pick for wrangling material up so you can scrape it out later.
Yes, sir.
And keep in mind, this doesn't have to just be for paint removal. You can use it to carve out dirt, grime, or nearly anything else lodged in a corner. Use number 6, spreading putty. The beveled face is also excellent for use as a putty knife.
Okay. I guess maybe if you're doing little tiny holes on a super flat surface, this will work. But I don't really recommend using this knife for putty because putty, a flexible knife is much more valuable in a puttying situation. Spackling as well because you're able to put a lot of force, and when as the blade flexes, it really kind of mushes it into there. When you're using these, they're like blunt. They're kind of blunt because you are using it for scraping and different things. And unfortunately, I don't think it's the best tool. So I would not opt into using this for spackle personally.
You can use it to trowel spackle, wood filler, or even Bondo. The wide blade creates a lot of surface area, and the sharp edge gives you a fine, sturdy point of control. Just remember to clean the tool off before going on to use it for other things. Some harder wood fillers like Bondo can really gunk it up. So those are pretty much all the paint-related uses. But I'm a professional carpenter. I don't paint that often, and yet...
Well, yeah, so totally, yeah. The things that he talked about is the only thing that I really kind of disagree is it's not really the best for spackling and puttying and Bondo and stuff. I like to use, especially for Bondo, I prefer to use a disposable one, or if you get like, anything really besides a good putty knife, because that Bondo stuff, man, is nasty. Once it dries up hard, stuff dries hard, super hard. So, hey, check it out. 5-in-1 tool. I don't know if it's the most useful tool in the world, but I will say that it is a very useful tool to keep on your person, especially on any project. Apparently, carpenters, tile setter, floor guy, whatever, All right. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button.